Patriotic songs for a patriotic occasion. Last Thursday was Victory Day, the anniversary of the Soviet Union's defeat of the Nazis in World War II. This song's called Katyusha. It's named after a deadly rocket that the Red Army used on the Germans. It's a favourite of people around here, especially when you've had a few Victory Day drinks. Yet this isn't Russia in communist times. This is Europe in 2007. Welcome to the strange world of Transnistria, where the Iron Curtain has never really been pulled back. It lies between Ukraine and the former Romanian territory of Moldova, which it broke away from in 1991. While other parts of Eastern Europe quickly took a chisel to their Soviet past, here it's proudly retained. Hammer and sickle emblems are everywhere, as are statues of Lenin, and the parliament's still called the Supreme Soviet. The reason for the nostalgia is that many of Transnistria's 500,000 people are ethnic Russians. They feel closer to Moscow than they do to Europe. They have just one problem. Officially, Transnistria doesn't exist. Although it declared independence 15 years ago, no other country in the world recognizes it. President Igor Smirnov, who many people say looks rather like Lenin, is not a recognized head of state. Transnistria also has its own currency, stamps and passports, but nobody accepts them anywhere outside its own borders. Nor does the Transnistrian flag ever fly abroad, and the national anthem is never heard anywhere but at home. What makes Transnistrians all the sadder is that they fought hard to become independent. At the Victory Day celebrations, flowers aren't just laid for those who fell in World War II. One of the war memorials is to the 800 Transnistrians who died in the fight to break away from Moldova. The Transnistrians say they had no choice but to go it alone. They accuse Moldova of conducting an aggressive campaign of nationalism against them. So how does this tiny non-state, barely the size of East Anglia, survive on its own? Moldova says Transnistria lives mainly off smuggling. Drugs, untaxed goods, and illegal immigrants are all rumoured to pass over its unofficial border. There's also several Soviet-era weapons factories, which are said to make arms for the black market. Transnistria denies the claims. It admits there's a bit of racketeering, but says it's nothing more sinister than smuggled foodstuffs. While most Europeans in the former communist bloc look to the west for their future, Transnistrians increasingly look towards Russia. At the Che Guevara Center for Political Leadership, youngsters are encouraged to take a pro-Kremlin line. One member, Alana, gave us her views and bravely attempted a rendition of the national anthem.
I think the future for our state is the independent state. We'll have different good relations with Russia, with Ukraine, with all of European states. Okay?
Okay, take it away.
Мы славу поем Приднестровью, здесь дружба народов крепка, велика сыновней любовью, мы славу... Ой, я забыла. Я стесняюсь вообще.
In the nightclubs of Transnistria's capital, Tiraspol, other young people party away like anywhere else. But even here, old Russian war movies are played above the dance floor. Victory Day turns into Victory Night. And nor is anyone forgetting dear old Lenin. The day that started with songs about Katyusha rockets ends with fireworks of a different kind. So what does the future hold? Moldova wants Transnistria back, a move which could one day see it become part of the European Union. But while most Transnistrians want to join Russia, it's not clear if Russia feels the same way. It's too small and too far away to be of much use to Moscow. In the meantime, Transnistria continues as a state in name only. Roll on next year's Victory Day.